It's not how much you make. It's how much you keep. Robert Kiyosaki, Rachel Cruz, Shaquille O'Neal. They all said it. Let's face it. Financial freedom is the key to living life on your own terms and leaving your 9-to-5. That's what all us 20-somethings want, right? We want to be free. Here are some hacks to keep more money in your account. Tracking your expenses is crucial for understanding where your money is going. There was a long time where I didn't do that. And you know where my money went? Wherever it wanted to. Friends wanted to hang out and didn't have a TV? Screw it. Let's go buy a new 4K. Why not? It's not used for anything else. PS4 overheating all the time. Don't buy a new fan and replace it yourself. Buy a new console. I did things like this all the time. To the point where my friend group would call doing something like that pulling a bud. That's me, bud. So create a budget and stick to it. And I know what you're thinking. It's so restrictive. That's not what a budget is. Budgeting isn't a restrictive thing. It's a strategic thing. You can still have your fancy toys and your gadgets. Just make sure it's planned and aligned with your goals. Don't ask me to hang out if it's gonna cost me money to be your friend. Let's go do something fun. Let's play video games at the house. Let's watch a movie. Let's cook some food. Let's have a competition. Let's go on a walk. Let's do something fun that doesn't involve spending a ton of money. I'm happy to hang. Just don't make me pay for it, you know? Unless it's planned. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account. If you don't make savings a priority, something else will take its place. And you're gonna be more stressed. Wouldn't it be nice to act how you want at work because you're 6 months ahead on finances and it doesn't matter if you get fired? It's a good place to be. Cooking at home can save you a ton of money compared to eating out. It also saves you time. Think about it. When you go to that restaurant, you have to drive all the way there. That's anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. You have to wait in line, probably another 5 to 15 minutes. You've got to order your food, another 5 minutes. You've got to pay for your food. You've got to eat your food. And then you have to drive all the way back home. If there's anything, any little hiccups, you're going to be spending a ton of time. So just go ahead and microwave that old meal that you have that you actually still need to eat. Do you really need monthly subscriptions to 3 different streaming services? If you're average, you probably do have 3. So let's say you have Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Netflix. Hulu, $8 a month for ads. $18 a month for no ads. Netflix, $7 a month with ads. $15 a month without ads, and $23 a month for whatever premium does. Amazon Prime, roughly $18 a month. Let's add all that up. $33 a month at the lowest and right around $59 a month at the highest. That's just for 3. If you cut those out and just watch YouTube, watch me, that's like getting a 37-cent per hour raise at work, which you're trying to leave, so you should be saving more money so you can do that. Shop sells and use coupons, but only on the things that you were already going to buy. Don't find sales just to find sales. That's spending extra money you weren't planning on. You're not saving anything. Things like groceries, those are things you needed to plan on anyways. A little bit of extra time and planning can help you save a lot of money in that department. Look for discount codes online or buy the cheap stuff. It's made in the same factories anyways. Look it up, seriously. They do that. Whether it's fixing something around the house or cutting your own hair, DIY as often as you can. You're gonna save a lot of money and you're gonna gain a lot of skills. Call your service providers and see if you can get a better deal. I know it takes a little bit of extra work and talking with people sucks, but it's worth it. And it can't hurt to try. Remember that TV and PS4 that we talked about earlier? Take a moment to really think if you need this item before you buy it. If you just wait 24 hours to buy that item, especially if it's a bigger purchase, that need is going to turn into a want, and that want is not going to surpass wanting to leave your 9 to 5. Thrift stores and online marketplaces can be gold mines for finding high quality goods at way cheaper prices. They're cheaper. Seriously, I used to work for a thrift store. There are people that they make their entire income off of going to thrift stores, finding a high quality item that the people who were pricing it had no idea what it was, and that happens all the time. It's crazy. They'll buy a Calvin Klein t-shirt for $2, still looks great, they'll make sure it smells great, then they'll put it on eBay for $30. And a quick break from our sponsor. Me, I'm the sponsor. Subscribe to the channel. But only if you're actually getting value. I want to know. Whether it's saving for a vacation or a down payment on a house, we need to have goals that we're shooting for. It's going to keep us motivated. Remember, it's a lot easier to hit a target we can see. So set clear goals and work towards them. That's going to influence every decision that you make, whether you like it or not. The one everybody gets wrong, paying off debt. Now, the math people are going to say, you need to pay off the highest interest rate first. And that math does check out. But the thing is if we were doing math, we wouldn't have debt in the first place because debt is so risky. Finances is literally just 20% head knowledge. It's 80% behavior. So the method I recommend is the debt snowball, where you take the smallest balance, pay that off first. Then you move up to the next one and the next one and the next one. You're going to be more motivated because you see the progress. And it's going to become a game. See, how much can I save? How much can I invest? How can I pay off this debt? And you're just going to poof, poof, poof. You'll be out of debt before you know it. You'll look down and you'll be, oh, it's 8 months away. I'm so close. Behavior has much more to do with money than math does. All the little wins add up to be a big win. Take courses or attend workshops so that you can increase your skills and value that you can provide to people. It's going to increase your income. It's easier to save money when you have a big income. The difference is night and day from where I was at 2 years ago, or 5 years ago, or any other time in my life. And the best thing is you can gain skills and knowledge just by watching videos on YouTube. It's literally free, other than your time. You don't even have to go into $80,000 of debt to get your bachelor's degree, or whatever it costs now. I don't even know. I don't even care. Why would I get a bachelor's degree? It's just a piece of paper. Unless I'm a doctor or a lawyer, I don't need it. Use your talents and hobbies to generate extra income on the side. This is known as a side hustle. This goes along with investing in yourself, but is more of a side income instead of a main source of income right now. Make sure that it's one that doesn't need a lot of money up front to be profitable. Remember, we're trying to save money. It helps to have multiple income sources to feel more comfortable leaving the 9 to 5 with less risk. Having a financial safety net will help you with the pitfalls of debt. If something happens like your tire explodes, you can just pay for it. You don't have to go into debt for it. So have an emergency fund. That barrier is, I think, the one that most people struggle with, because there are way more options when you have that extra dough. Make sure you're not overpaying for coverage you don't need. If you drive a super old beater that's on its last leg, you probably don't need full coverage like the insurance agent says. Remember, they're in it for the money. Liability insurance is 67% less expensive. That's a lot of money you can save. Now, if your car is relatively new, that's a little bit more difficult. To have liability-only coverage, you need to be out of debt for your car. Now, if the car is worth a lot, it's probably still a good idea to have full coverage. You don't have to go for the highest price coverage. You can shop around or have a broker. They shop all of the best deals and they know this one you pay this much for, but this one, they have a really good deal going on right now. You can go here and they're not very expensive. You know, make sure it's the same coverage that you need. Sometimes increasing your deductible will lower the price of your premiums, the money you pay every month. Like, you can save a lot of money, but just make sure that you have enough money in the bank already to pay that extra if you do get in a crash, and have it for all of the vehicles that it's needed for. We don't want to take the hit if we don't have to. The banks have bigger buildings and nicer cars than you. That's because they pay $4.49 billion. That's billion with a capital B for advertising everything about you. They know what makes you tick. They know the bottle of water you like. They know what your favorite restaurant is. They know what your favorite order is. They conduct experiments, all to make it so that you spend more money. Especially that scam of 2% cash back. To earn $100, you have to spend $5,000 just to get $100 back. That math sucks. So use cash or a debit card. This is money that we've worked for and our brain registers it as we spent time, we spent value, we have this thing here means something. Okay? I cannot beat this into the ground enough. Do not have a credit card. It is the worst financial thing ever since payday lenders. Those are even worse. How am I doing so far? What's your favorite tip? Let me know. This goes along with meal prep, but it should be mentioned. When you make eating out a special occasion, things like celebrating a big win or crossing a milestone, birthdays, anniversaries, special date nights. It makes the experience so much sweeter. Just make sure, put it in the budget, plan for it. Turn that clutter into cash by selling it online or at a garage sale. You'd be surprised at what value you have sitting on your shelf. Just the other day, I had a friend hang out and she was looking over at my shelf and realized, hey, do you know you have like $500,000 sitting on your shelf? And I said, no, I don't. She said, yeah, you have a Princess Diana Beanie Baby. And I was like, there's no way there's that much. So we looked it up and we found one that was $500,000 that sold. Granted, it was in perfect mint condition, and the one that I had ended up only being worth $2,000. But still, $2,000 is $2,000. You'd be surprised at what people spend their money on when they have money to spend. They spend it on memories, honestly. Make a mental note of that. Do your research before you get rid of your stuff. Some old fart might find value in it. The more you know, the better equipped you are to make smart financial decisions. Maybe you'll be the next guy to trade a paperclip for a house. These ideas don't happen every day, but when they do, if you can make that idea your own, you're on your way to making extra dough. Bruh. When we reserve our money conversations to ourselves, we're robbing our friends and family of helping or getting help. This subject needs to be less taboo to talk about. It's hard for some people, but it's necessary to learn. I was able to pay off my car in 1 year. If you want to know how to do that, you can watch this video right here. Peace, love, and happiness. I'm rooting for you, bro.